Fly, envious time, till thou run out thy race. Call on the lazy leaded stepping hours, whose speed is but the heavy plummet's pace, and glut thyself with what thy womb devours, which is no more than what is false and vain and merely mortal dross. So little is our loss, so little is thy gain. For when as each thing bad thou hast entombed, and last of all thy greedy self consumed, then long eternity shall greet our bliss with an individual kiss. And joy shall overtake us as a flood, when everything that is sincerely good and perfectly divine, with truth and peace and love, shall ever shine about the supreme throne of him whose happy making sight alone, when once our heavenly guided soul shall climb. Then all this earthly grossness quit, attired with stars, we shall forever sit, triumphing over death and chance and thee, O time.
Yeah, okay, now how is about that for a game intro video? I don't know that I've ever seen the like. It was damned impressive is what that is. Wow. You know, I have to score them 10 out of 10 points for having the class to use this very, very classic poem to introduce a video game. He's talking about how he knows that we're all gonna die. We're gonna die, and then he's talking about how beautiful it will be to be in heaven and to see Jesus. This is a fairly sensitive means of addressing the subject matter of the game here, World War II, this hideous, hideous tragedy. A whole lot of horrible things happened to a whole lot of people who just didn't deserve it. A few of them deserved it. Most of them didn't deserve it. And here we are making a game out of it. World War II made a lot of really cool video games, so I suppose it wasn't a total tragedy there, but wow. Okay. But I've got to tell you what, 10 out of 10 points for having the class to do a poem like that. I've got to subtract 3 points, so you've only got like 7 out of 10. I'm subtracting points because this voice actor that you hired to read John Milton's poem on time, the guy's just got a raging case of artsy-fartsy voice. It pisses me off to hear it. I mean, really, fly, envious time, till thou run out thy race. Damn it, what the hell's wrong with you? The poem speaks for itself. The poem, the cadence, the meter, the rhyme. If you simply read it straight, read it in a normal conversational tone, then the meter, the cadence, the rhyme of the poem will inform the prosody of your voice. You don't have to help it out. It's like you're afraid that whoever's listening isn't going to realize that it's a poem, so you have to use the artsy-fartsy voice to inform the audience that they are now listening to something that is, in fact, artsy-fartsy. No, the audience, they can figure it out on their own. Just get out of the way of the poem, read it straight. Anyway, that's me ranting. I'll stop. Nobody else really cares about it. It's just me. Hi, I am the Winter Owl, sometimes known as White Owl, sometimes known as Matt. This is Let's Critique a really bad reading of a really good poem. And eventually we'll get around to playing Silent Hunter 4. Silent Hunter 4 is an extremely cool game. I was introduced to this, I was looking at Jeff Major's Let's Plays, and he did one on this. I hadn't seen the game before. And wow, I like it. I like it. I had to step away from the airplane games. I've been going crazy, steadily going crazy, crazier and crazier for a number of years, and eventually I finally went to a doctor. I explained to him that I thought I was crazy. He asked me a whole lot of strange questions. I answered them honestly, and he told me, "Matt, I think your brain chemistry is all fucked up." I mean, he didn't say it like that, but, you know, I can read between the lines. We'll just put it in layman's terms. Yes. He prescribed me something. He gave me pills that I'll eat. They're BCUFs, brain chemistry unfuckers. So I'm taking those now, and I feel much less fucked up now than I had previously. So, you know, it's an improvement. You know, I no longer have these moments of absolutely irrational rage where somebody just be talking to me and I explode into anger and rage for reasons that nobody else understands because they are, in fact, crazy. So it's an improvement. That kind of behavior just causes problems. Downside of this, there is just absolutely no way in hell any medical examiner will ever say that I can fly an airplane again. Yeah. Even though I haven't flown one in years, it's always been just nagging me. Man, I can do it. If I get things put together, I put a little bit of money aside, I'll be able to get back into it. Nope. No more. That chapter is closed. Cannot do it. I tried playing good old IL-2. Can't do it. It makes me sad and angry. And the whole point of being on the BCUFs is to not be angry and sad anymore. So, I'm not going to do it. Maybe, I don't know, we'll give it some time. Maybe later I can get back into that game. But, for now, Silent Hunter IV, World War II Submarine Combat Simulator. The game takes patience. The game takes planning. Almost nothing is pre-scripted. There's, you know, a million different ways that you can play it. That's the kind of games I like. I don't like being funneled down just one corridor. There's only one solution to a particular video game. I don't like those. I like this one. So, hey, let's play it. There's enough ranting for me. Let's start an American campaign here. My name is not RFB player. RFB stands for Real Fleet Boat. That's the main package of mods, a mega mod, a super mod that I'm running here. Who do I want to be? What is my name? How about... I believe I am going to be Kvothe Shafto. Just pull that name out of a hat. I'm going to start November 30th, 1941. My base... I want to be Task Force 35171 because I want to start in an S-18 class. S-boats. S-boats are cool. Difficulty actually is not going to be an easy. I'll change that later. Renown. I can start at 1,000, 2,000, or 5,000. I believe I'm going to start with 1,000. Alright, Real Fleet Boat, this package of mods that I'm doing, they pride themselves on trying to make things as realistic as possible. In effect, they have nerfed the American submarines from the default state in the game down to more reasonable, more realistic levels. I'm not running just pure RFB. I've got a stack of mods long as my arm. That I piled on top of it. I am doing the Run Silent, Run Deep campaign. Yeah, RFB and RSRDC. Here's a whole bunch of letters there for you. Those are the key mods that I've based everything else on. I've made a couple mods myself. I've gone through and I've edited. I've modded the mods. I've done lots of personal edits to lots of things. So, yeah, I think I've got the game running pretty nice. It runs the way I want it to. So... here they are typing at me. December 1st, 1941, from the Commander, Submarine Force, Task Force 35171, Cavite Naval Base, Manila, Philippines. To Lieutenant Commander Kvothe Shafto. Hey, that's me! Commanding Officer, USS S-36, SS-141. That's one thing it strikes me as kind of sad, is that the S-boats, they're not big enough to really be considered ships. They are in fact boats. So they don't get personalized names. They just get numbers. And that makes me kind of sad. I think a boat needs a name more than S36, but that's what it's got, so I'll love it. There's something in my game, actually I've modded too many things, there's something in my game that is broken. Some of the randomization isn't working. I knew ahead of time that it was going to give me S36 because anytime the game assigns me a new boat, it always gives me the same one for that category. Oh well, I'll make it work. Your boat and crew have completed training and are now ready for combat operations. Review your enclosed operation order and make your boat and crew ready for sea. Let's proceed. December 1st, 1941. Here I am at the U.S. Naval Base in the Philippines. Here's my office. Doesn't that look kind of pretty? It's got a good picture of the president over there. Of course, there are no aces yet. It's peacetime. We don't shoot people in peacetime, so of course we're not going to have any aces. Let's take a look at the options. Gameplay settings. Most of the stuff is turned on. Limited batteries, limited compressed air, limited O2. If you stay down long enough, the boat builds up with carbon dioxide. Guys have trouble breathing. Limited fuel. Realistic repair times, which in RFB, the repair times are significantly longer than in a stock game. Manual targeting system. This option here, this is the key to the game. You have to have this one checked. If you're not checking this one, you're not really playing Silent Hunter 4, in my opinion anyways. This is where the vast amount of the actual realism, the difficulty, a whole bunch of the intelligence that you need. Wow, that sounds like I'm bragging. I'm not. It's a really cool game, man. Lots of people play it. They're better at it than I am. Anyway, manual targeting. You have to do that. It turns out that it's really difficult to hit ships with torpedoes whenever, they're multiple, many thousands of yards away, and the torpedo is traveling, say, only twice as fast as the ship. No map contact updates. This is a fairly serious difficulty setting. Real Fleet Boat is actually designed that they want to have this one turned off so that I will have map contacts. They've modded the map contacts to make them not quite as precise as in the stock game. This is a, of course, it is personal choice. You can, but this is it's kind of a problem with the game. The map contact options. If you have map contacts enabled, then it's too accurate. It tells you exactly where your targets are all the time, and it makes the game too easy. If you turn it off, or in this case put the check mark on, then the game actually becomes too difficult. It's unrealistically difficult. You feel like you're the only person working on this submarine, like you don't have crews keeping track of where everything's going on. So we're going to go with Real Fleet Boat's recommended settings of having this one unchecked. Realistic sensors. You can't always sense everything around you. Dud torpedoes. This is a huge deal. Americans started the war with just torpedoes were complete crap. And this complete crap is accurately modeled. Realistic reloads. Takes a while to reload. No event camera, I just don't like that. External views, I'm going to leave the external views on, because I like looking around at all the pretty graphics and stuff. So, alright, no stabilized view, that means whenever I'm looking out at the horizon we've got waves going, that the view is going to bounce up and down. Okay, multiplayer, we're not doing multiplayer, so that doesn't even matter.